Welcome back, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Talk Podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, a little bit of, celebrity gossip. Um, let's see what this is about. O'Shea Duke Jackson has a new clip out, and it's definitely going to be entertaining. Today, it's about Cardi B, and we will find out what perhaps we can learn from the situation. As far as I know, there has been ups and downs and downs and ups and coming back together, breaking up, abusing, not abusing, loving, no love with her and her ex-husband. Are they even divorced? I don't even know. Her ex-boyfriend, her ex-relationship, Offset, who's also a very well known musician. Um, and there's been a lot of drama, right? Cheating, allegations, and all these weird stuff that I really don't want to have anything to do with, right? But it's definitely entertaining. And now she is in love, which is a beautiful thing. I love love, so definitely beautiful. With an NFL player, if I'm not mistaken. He's also well known. I don't know too many sports people, so that's just a me issue. And apparently, from a different content creator, I learned that this guy is apparently Offset's favorite athlete, right? So her ex's favorite athlete is her new boyfriend, and that if that was to be true, that is really petty. That is painful. That is like really rubbing it under his face. But let's see what this clip is about.
person that was going to change her life. No longer will she be dealing with dusty ass Offset who had bad gambling problems. She was going into the arms of an NFL athlete who was rich, successful, and according to many Cardi B's fans, good looking. And he was going to be the guy to change everything for her.
And I'm not gonna lie, y'all can hate on Cardi and Stephon Diggs all y'all want, but at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding, baby. And that goes for many things. The difference between a boy and a man, the difference between the way a
His name is Dix, and the title said Cardi got pumped and dumped by Dix.
woman acts when she's with a boy and a man, the difference between a man loving the woman for her and a man loving the woman for the idea of her. Like, I feel like Cardi B with Offset was Cardi B. Cardi B with Stephon Diggs is Belcalis. Like, two different versions of her. And it's crazy because everybody keeps trying to say that Stephon Diggs love bombing Cardi B. And to be honest, if he is,
Pay attention. I know I'm pausing a lot, but look, I get it. Whoever you're dating, different people, even in friendships, they're gonna bring a different side out of you. That makes sense. But let's just go with the flow and say, yeah, there's one side of Cardi and there's another side of Cardi. Well, best believe that other side is going to show up at some point in this new relationship as well. And I find it very funny how everyone is saying, you know, Offset is the dusty one in the relationship. I'm not really here to make a claim on who's more dusty or if they're dusty in general, but I think when they met, when they got together, they were more or less in the same position, right? Character wise, lifestyle wise, the industry that they met each other, the certain things that they have done in their past that maybe is not a green flag for most people. So I don't know why he's the dusty one. Okay, maybe because of all the cheating allegations, that's definitely a dusty move, right? But I would claim that she is that kind of a person, right? Maybe you wouldn't appreciate that in your relationship. I understand that, but isn't it a bit hypocritical for someone like her to expect the highest level of, you know, being loyal to me, do this for me, do that to me, only stick with me when you were a woman who comes from that life? Being a pole dancer, stripper, being in the nightlife, actually even admitting to causing potential harm to men, right? While pretending to be in some kind of relationship, dating, love, or even sexual setting, but not really, doing what you agreed to and just do something else and rob them, stuff like that. So I don't know how he is the only one who's dusty while this that they used to be a perfect match. They actually fit each other, right?
She ain't dumb. One thing about Cardi, she's not dumb. I feel like she only put up with as much as she did from Offset because of the kids and the marriage. Without that, I think she would have been gone. But y'all know Cardi is real big on loyalty. You can literally look at Cardi between the two and tell the difference. Like with Offset, the way she dressed, the way she talked, the way she acted, and I think that it was honestly genuinely a reflection of
I'm just claiming that she pulled up with Offset not because of the kids only. Obviously, that is a good reason to stay and try to work on your relationship. But I would claim that they were and probably still are a good match, right? And he's the kind of man who's going to allow her to behave in certain manners the way she used to present herself. That's why they stuck to each other.
her and her relationship, the way she was being treated by him. But with Stefan, it's totally different. And like I said, not only in the way of how he's treating her, how she dresses, how she's been carrying herself, how she's been talking. Like it's two different forms of her. Like
Look, I'm not gonna hate on any fan. Okay, I love it when people are excited about their how do you say it? About their favorite celebrity and all that good stuff. But let me be honest, I find it so odd. Yeah, especially when the situation is really just quite fresh. When outsiders, far, far, far away, like you're not even anyone who's friends with Cardi, you're not in her circle, you don't move in those kind of circles, but then they sit at home in their bedroom and start talking about these people like they know them. Oh, the difference to this now and compared to this then. I mean, if you look at her now, Cardi has changed. She's so this. I mean, you don't know her. Relax.
like same person but different people.
Her fans were even saying, listen, you see how she's changing, she's glowing, and you know how women would be like, oh my God, I'm so happy for her. We love to see it.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
Let's even get into some of the comments. Look at this. Andrea Babs
You are so right.
says, you are so right. Christine was like, literally, she's so soft and feminine with Stefan. When she was with Offset, she was always in fight or flight mode, all gangster, always on edge.
No, another interruption. I don't think it was because of, I mean, I'm sure he pushed her buttons and they had arguments, but that was just Cardi. Always in fight or flight mode, always provocative, always sharing and oversharing, right? And I find it so interesting how people can take a clip or two, one where she's actually walking away from us. You don't even see the facial expression, you don't even hear them having a conversation, but everyone is assuming that, oh, look at her now, she's so soft. Now she's so different. Now she's just so feminine.
Edge. But now it's like she can finally breathe. If Stefan really turns out to be her Prince Charming, they could last a long time. And honestly, she might be the one to finally tame him. I love that for her.
Atera ist das
Possibly, but at the end of the day, she has not upgraded because Stefan Diggs, as far as his character goes, is not a better man.
Oh,
I'm sorry, we're not making fun. We're trying to learn. So basically, it's the same persona wrapped in a different cover, right? And I also think, of course, when you break up and you see your partners moving on, you're gonna be petty, sad, emotional, even jealous can happen. But given with all the things we've been hearing about Offset and how he moves about his life and women, I don't think he's going to be stressed out. He already knows the game. This guy's going to take you as a handbag for a week or two, dump you, and then that's it. There is no he has nothing to lose, right? You're still his baby mom, how they like to say. You still have all the responsibilities of the kids. If he wants to check on his kids, he can still do that and come over, right? There's nothing, and if he wanted to, he can also just freely move on with the next relationship. So I don't know if the intention was to jump so quickly into the next relationship because you're trying to get him upset. That is not going to happen, and I don't know him.
oh. Some folks didn't think that Stefan Diggs was an upgrade. He just really wasn't a better man. Then DJ Academics caught a lot of slack for predicting this. Man,
I
didn't
just
think that
saw something.
Stefan
Fashion nowadays, you never know, right? We've had all the Kanye phases with ripped things, but given that this is someone who gets styled most of the time, Wonder, did they miss the hole in the t-shirt? It can happen. People have holes in their socks.
Let's see from a year from now, Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. Cardi B got 3 children, bro. When niggas get with single moms, bro, niggas be in there like Six Flags, man. And as soon as like they've been on the ride too much times, yo, go back to your baby dads, man. Yo, listen, I got a new ride, man. Like, this is a new amusement park over there. I be telling you, I be like, this is why when chicks be like, I'm outside, I'm like, you got kids, you shouldn't be outside. You should be inside looking, but whatever. You see, I love you. You know, we got new age mentality from women. They think they could be. Go ahead. Let me tell you this. Every chick think there's more Russell Wilsons. There's one Russell Wilson. Ain't no other trying to come do that. Every other.
As I said, we're not here to make fun. Well, if you guys don't know who Russell Wilson is, that is the husband of Ciara, and he's known to be the save-a-hoe guy, right? Like, I'm not my words, but that's how people perceive him. He's the nice guy. He steps in, which, to be honest, all these things are not, to me, those are not things that you should be bashing, right? We should be appreciating people like that who say, you know what, I don't only like you, but I like your children. I like the family. I like what we could possibly have. So that is great. But the idea of that being the norm nowadays, not that much. And then secondly, the idea of getting that from people who have a vast amount of options and who are living already in a certain kind of lifestyle, right? They're not living the good daddy, I want to get committed kind of lifestyle. I'm home at 8, go to church on Sunday, and take care of my community voluntarily. They don't give that lifestyle. They give the, I'm out in the club, I fly around, I'm all surrounded by women, I like them younger, right? That's the energy they're giving. So to have that kind of expectation is delusional to me.
They get up in there, they start beating it up, but it always get old after a year. And then they realize, oh, shit, I need to take it to the next level. I got to be taking pictures with you and this little, ain't even my little, I'm good.
Got him.
And I mean, that's kind of harsh for academics to put it like that. But knowing the kind of guy that Stephon Diggs and the opportunities that he has, and knowing the kind of woman that Cardi B has, I mean, listen, nobody was surprised to hear and to find out.
You see, if that's what you want to deal with, that's what you're going to have to deal with. And that is not bashing this man, right? He is living his life. That's the lifestyle he wants to choose. That is the lifestyle he's not hiding. He's actually showing everyone, look, I love to be surrounded by multiple beautiful women. That's what I'm about. I travel around, I live my best life. And for you to then meet someone like that and then expect them to put only you on a pedestal on the top front, knowing you have more responsibilities. You're not as flexible as these women because they don't have kids, perhaps. You're not willing to do the dirty what they're doing because you've done that already and now you're mom. So, difficult. What can we learn from this situation? So now let me tell you guys how to possibly avoid finding yourself in such situation, right? If you find yourself chasing after a certain lifestyle, be aware with what kind of outcomes these types of lifestyle, where they're going to get you, what comes along with it, right? I'm trying to point out this has nothing to do with me bashing Cardi. I don't know her. I only know her for her music. Some of it is quite nice in terms of bouncy and catchy. Most of it is you better be careful what you're listening or what you're internalizing, and maybe don't push it in front of your own kids or younger ones. But other than that, that's it. She's not someone to look up to. She's not a role model. Even if she has kids, the best way to show that she's not a role model is because she's teaching everyone else to behave like her, to act outrageous and in a derogatory way, but her kids are being prevented by that. I mean, to her personal life, that is a good move as a good mom, but as a role model or potentially someone to look up to in public, that doesn't make sense, right? So young women nowadays are looking up to women like Cardi B. If you want to follow the way she talks, the lifestyle she lives, the way she dresses, the way she presents herself, the man that she is, getting attention from. If you think you want to be like her, well, get ready for this kind of outcome. If you think the smart thing to do is to be chasing after men who are not in a position seeking commitment, but you want to be around them so bad, well, what you're gonna get is some nice pictures and a nice fun experience for sure, but that's it, right? You're not going to get the commitment you're seeking. You're not going to get the love you wanted. You're not going to get the time invested that you wanted. You're actually potentially going to get dragged and feel bad and waste your time and learn the hard way. So, yeah, that's my message on avoiding situations like this. If you're dealing with a man who's in public, in like open about how he's been in his last relationships, involved with multiple people over and over. He even tried it out. You guys dated, were in a relationship, he cheated, you decide to stay, it happens again, you decide to stay. Well, what are you looking for? Well, if you've not learned your lesson that there are other people out there that you can potentially have a good time with, but you want to keep staying in the same circle, that is what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next one. Bye.